All right. So let's start with just your name and
Sure.
what you've got behind us here.
Absolutely. My name is Z.M. Thomas, and I am the writer and creator of The Bible 2, which is the official sequel to the Bible.
Which is just so amazing. I was
thank
drawn
you.
to this immediately.
Thank you.
Where did you come up with this idea? Or I guess, where did you discover the tablets that had this idea on it?
Well, actually, it all started as kind of a running inside joke with a book that I wrote. It's called Abe the Aborted Fetus.
Okay.
Yeah, and Jesus was a character in that book who was, down on his luck. He never ascended, suffered from PTSD from the crucifixion. And so we got a job working at like a taco joint named Taco Jesus, so people wouldn't think twice about his name.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I kind of was like, well, wouldn't it be funny if he was like completely poor and needed money to write the Bible too, just for royalty checks?
So this Jesus is that Jesus then?
Sort of. It's kind of like that Jesus was sufferer of PTSD. This is like the Jesus that he wanted to be.
Okay.
So it's almost kind of like a spin-off and like in a completely separate universe. So all the books are almost kind of like this weird universe.
Where unicorns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And fetuses are equally able to walk and talk and fight a giant Vatican robot.
That's amazing. Is this independently published, or do you go through someone? Okay.
No, I publish everything to myself through Trepidation Comics.
That's really impressive. How did you start that up?
I think a lot of the people who I submitted the books were a little uneasy about publishing them. And they always told me, if you do this, you're going to kill your own career. And I was like, challenge accepted.
I can respect that.
Yeah, so, I kind of wanted to do it just to see if it would kill my career.
Has it?
No. Oh, God, no.
Yeah, I mean,
no.
you were pretty busy here yesterday.
Yeah. It blew up online, and it's just been kind of a weird experience.
That's really cool. Like anything independently done is really cool these days. With Kickstarter and Indiegogo and all that stuff, people just saying like screw the traditional model, I'm going to do it myself. I really like that.
Oh, absolutely. And, I find that right now that's kind of the bread and butter of the industry, where you're seeing numbers in DC and Marvel just plummet, and I think people are just, they want something different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, this is eye-catching for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the unicorn does do that.
Yeah. And the glitter on the cover is really cool.
That's right.
You said before that you've got some ideas for kind of a follow-up.
Yeah, well, I'm working on a couple different things, and I'm doing an anthology, and so far I'm trying to come up with the most convoluted title humanly possible, which would be The Bible 2 presents The Bible Once Canonically Uncanonical Dead Sea Scrolls 2.
Okay. That's all going to fit on the cover?
I hope so. I was actually going to do it like in a really big logo, just to be just kind of obnoxious about it.
Kind of like Mel Brooks' History of the World Part 1?
Yes.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, this gives me that, like, Mel Brooks style to it, I feel.
Oh, thank you.
I think that's what kind of draws me to it specifically, because he was always just like, I'm going to take this idea and turn it on its head, and it's going to be offensive to everyone, so, like, no one can really get mad.
Exactly, yeah. You target everybody, then you're not being a bully, you're just being an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, in this overly PC culture, I think we need more things like this.
Oh, absolutely. And it's funny because I find that I do better in the South, because when you go to like a little bit more of the northern states, they're like, whoa, you can't do this. And I'm just like, really? But then you get down to the South, it's like, thank God you're doing this.
Yeah. I mean, there's areas called the Bible Belt for a reason.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely.
And especially like like I said, I personally love this, but I can see something like The Bible 2, like people thinking that's a serious thing, and like, wait, there's a sequel, and then getting into it, it's like, oh no.
Yep, I actually get asked more times than I could care to remember if this is actually the Bible, and if I have the first part of the Bible. I'm like, no.
Well, I think like I was coming across from over the aisle, and I just saw like the header at the top.
Yeah.
The Bible 2. I didn't notice he was writing a unicorn or anything.
Yeah.
So I came over. I'm like, really? I'm like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. So that's why I had to stop and chat, because I was just like, this isn't what I think it is, and it's totally not. But that's that's a good thing. And I saw you've got a few other things here too, like the Joseph Smith in space.
Oh yeah. That's
all kind of in the same like canonical universe.
It is actually. I set it up from the Bible too. This one takes place maybe 2000 2,000 years after the Bible, too. 1978, when God changed his mind about black people. So it kind of is the following of how Spencer Kimball actually reversed the priesthood ban on blacks.
Okay.
Allegedly. Yes.
So I mean, you've done right, of course. You've done all your research and stuff for this. Like you actually know this stuff, how it actually happened.
Oh, for sure.
Kind of where's your background on that? Did you just read into it, or were you like tortured at Catholic school and wanted to get back?
I got expelled from Catholic school within less than a semester.
Okay.
So I kind of wanted to up my ante a bit, so I studied religion. In fact, you know how they have monks that write the Bible, like by hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that too, but except mine was in detention.
Ah.
And I wrote mine in half a semester.
Okay.
So that was my punishment. So, when you do that, you become a little bit more intimately familiar with the texts, I guess. And you're able to satirize, and then you kind of, when you're done with that one, you go and read, like, the Torah or the Quran or the Book of Mormon, which is literally like watching paint dry.
Mm-hmm.
So you study that stuff, and then you find ridiculousness in it, and you just kind of go after that, and just kind of put a highlighter on it.
It's kind of you go through and figure out your path, and your path led you here. So
yeah, oh, absolutely, and that to me is it becomes kind of a passion project. And I always joke that as a Native American, the white man came over and gave us a Bible. Now I am giving one back.
I think that's actually a pretty good spot to end on. I like that quote.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.